In Amanda the Adventurer 3's underground Hamelin office, there's some early level designs that were left behind. When digging through some of the left behind files, I found that most of the rooms in this location had whiteboxing left over from when the map was initially being blocked out. By hiding the majority of the finished level and bringing the whiteboxing back, we can see the original vision the game's creators had for the space. The kitchen area is a bit hard to view like this, since all the counters and cupboards are a solid pink color, and we can't really see them for the most part. The desks are another story though, since here we can see the original intended shape and size for this area. It surprisingly stayed mostly the same, with the overall size of the furniture being the main difference. In the main office area, you can see that the television was originally in a slightly different location. The design wasn't quite the same either, but other than being angled differently, it's pretty similar too. At this point, I went back to my usual perspective as a player and walked around for a bit, exploring this unfinished version of the room from a first-person view. Something odd is that there's a table out here with a couple of chairs by it that didn't make the final cut, and I can't really make sense of its placement either. Here, you can see some whiteboxing that I found in the hallway as well, and the podiums that would eventually become the statues we interact with in the final build. It's cool to see these objects in this state because it shows us a bit more of what the developers initially planned for the game's layout. And at this stage, they were essentially boxing out a rough idea of what the end product would look like. Probably the most interesting thing in my opinion is the pod room. In this early version, we can see the rough concept for the pods themselves, alongside the pillars found in the front of the room. It's odd because in this version, there are 6 pillars present in the room, but only 2 made it to the end product. Once again, it's really cool to see an early iteration of what this map could have looked like. As for the space seen from the control room, the only whiteboxing left behind in this case are the viewing bleachers and a set of railings. I moved the object off to the side so we can compare them side by side this time, and once again, they remained pretty much unchanged. I guess by the third game, you get the hang of things. In the ritual room, where we placed the candles, I found some hidden objects that I was able to bring back as well. From what I can tell, these pillars were the original places where the player would put the candles to open the door. These are more blocked out objects from the whiteboxing phase, and it's interesting to see how they were dropped and eventually replaced by the circle on the floor instead. So yeah, lots of cool whiteboxing was left behind.